Welcome to my channel, Sunshine Shoulders. I'm Calvin. Thank you so much for stopping by today. Subject of my vlog today is the invisible man. Stepfathers in the Philippines. But before I get started, let me welcome my new viewers and new subscribers. Thank you so much for your kindness, your generosity, and your support of my channel. It's truly been amazing. I left the rat race in December of 2018 for good. And I moved to the Philippines in search of a new life. Well, I found that new life. And I just want to share with you my unique perspective, my boots on the ground experiences, the only way I know how. By giving you the nitty gritty, just exactly what I'm seeing, what I'm living, what I'm experiencing. I'm never going to sugarcoat that. It's Wednesday morning. I don't even know what time it is. I'm in a favorite part of my favorite park, Center Mall, St. Carlos City, Negros Occidental. And I just wanted to talk about something that is of interest and importance to foreigners coming over here. Because I know a lot of us are going to be dating and marrying single mothers. And that's your role as a stepfather in the Philippines. Well, being a stepfather, a step-parent anywhere in the world is probably one of the hardest jobs. Certainly one of the most thankless jobs. Only thing I can think of that's more thankless than a stepfather is a grave digger. Nobody's going to thank you for it. Certainly not the deceased, certainly not the family. But let's talk about that today, guys. There's only one rule that I follow with this. I don't discipline the kids. I let her do it. That's her responsibility. But I do not let them hurt themselves or injure themselves. You want to stick that fork in the electrical socket, hold on, don't do that. You want to stick your finger in the fan, watch out, it's going to hurt you. But anything else, I'm out of sight and out of mind. And nothing's going to teach you patience over here more than children. Why is that? I don't know. As a stepfather, I've got a lot of experience. I raised my stepson. I consider him my son over in the United States. Time he was 5 until he was 21. When our divorce was final, he was actually 23. So all those years, I was a stepfather. But the difference in being in my home country and here was I knew how far I could push the situation. See, if he made me mad, I could pull out that belt. Or I could get up in his face and let him know, how I felt and, what he was doing wrong. But over here, you can't do that. You're going to be the man of the house. You're going to be the protector, the provider, the maintainer. But it's going to be with stipulations, guys. And that is, do not discipline the children. Do not put your hands on children. Do not raise your voice at the children over here. Nothing will get you in trouble quicker. Absolutely nothing. Not the drugs. Nothing. They're making the wrong move with a child over here, 8,000 miles from home. It's a point of contention that causes a lot of men to say from the beginning, I don't want to date single women. See, this vlog's not about single women. It's about stepfathers over here. Some men are going to say, I'm not going to take care of nobody else's child. And that's fine. That's your choice. Most of us, we're mature enough to think beyond that. And, we'll think, it's not the child's fault. If you're going to be angry, which I don't understand why you would even be angry, hold the mother responsible, but not the children. I just look at it as I'm helping to take care of helpless, defenseless individuals, because that's what they are. They're innocent and didn't ask for any of this. But, even if you're fortunate, like I am, to have just unbelievably well-mannered and what I would consider great stepchildren, you still walk a thin line. The 7-year-old, she calls me dad, but she calls me that like it's my name. And I think it's cute. I really like it. The 15-year-old, she calls me uncle. Now, I've had expats over here tell me that, yeah, no matter what you do for children over here, they're never going to appreciate it. They're always going to look at you as the uncle or the outside. And I can kind of understand why. Because before I came on the scene, the mother was the everything over here. The single mother was. She turned flips. She ran around in circles. She made all the sacrifices. I mean, otherworldly sacrifices. So the children are always going to be on her side. But don't ever discipline these children over here, guys. It's just a thin line, man, and sometimes it's going to drive you crazy. Whenever there is a problem, the mother, is going to be the middle man. Hey, would you tell them to turn the TV down? Hey, would you tell them it's time for their company to leave? Would you tell them, it's too late for karaoke? And if she's not there, I just move around like a ninja, really. If the television's too loud, I just pick up the remote and turn it down and go back in my room. Or if too many kids is over there, a lot of company that loud, I just get on my bike. I don't care how hot it is outside. And I go for a bike ride. But being a stepfather over here is probably the most thankless job that you could probably have, guys. It's something we need to talk about. All you want to talk about is women. Well, some of these women have children. Some of the most beautiful women in the Philippines have children. Some of the best women in the Philippines have children. And you just want to know what your role is over here. There's only one rule, guys, that you have to follow. Don't discipline these kids. Don't raise your voice at them. By no means put your hands on them. But don't let them hurt themselves or injure themselves. You're going to be the provider, the maintainer, the protector with stipulations. And that's okay. And a lot of us put up with a whole lot over here because we love the mothers. We love what the mothers do for us. Sex is probably the strongest human emotion. And then when you mix that with love, man, you got a powerful force. And hell, I heard a guy say something the other day, my mother used to say, we'll walk through hell with gasoline draws to keep that good loving coming. And that's really what you're going to have to do over here when it comes to being a stepfather. You just got to be humble, keep a low profile. Just remember your place. Don't overstep that boundary. Because I'll say this and then I'll get over here. It's a point of contention over here, and nothing will get you in more trouble faster. Putting your hands on a child over here, even raising your voice at a child. Not drugs, not anything. So thank you so much for stopping by. Let's talk about stuff like that. It's not always about the shiny stuff all the time. Most of us, when we get over here, we're going to date women who have children. This isn't your country. You have no say-so with these children over here. I've got very little say-so with my own children over here. I'm talking about where I'm the father. It's just because of the culture. The woman takes total responsibility for the kids over here. It's just something that you need to know before you make that decision. Will I date a woman with children or not? And I'm talking about stepfathers in the Philippines. I'm not talking about stepfathers of a Filipino child, like in America, France, Britain. No, I'm talking about over here, where the rules rules are cut and dry. Don't discipline these kids. So if you're in America, it's getting late. I hope before you get into bed tonight, you help somebody. But if you're on one of them late grocery runs, beer runs, weed runs, you're just getting off second shift, or you're on your lunch break and you see somebody in the street, buy them something to eat, buy them something to drink, give them a few dollars. If you're in the Philippines, like I said, I don't know what time it is. I guess it's about 8 a.m. And by the way, let me remind you that I was the guy on the street. I was the town drunk for many years. Somebody reached down and they helped me. I remember I was staying at a homeless shelter. Yeah, I was staying at a homeless shelter. Feeling sorry for myself, and I turned around, man, and a guy had his hand extended. He had $2 in his hand. I was like, man, what is this for? He says, you look like you could use $2, man. I tell you what. I cried like a man that day, not like a baby. I cried like a man that day. 30-something years. I guess I was 35 at the time. Years of just remorse and shame and pity. It just all came all pouring out. And I was like, man, how can I ever repay you? Because how did he know that $2 was what I needed the most in the world? Here's what he said, and I never forget it. He said, do it for somebody else. And see, I've been doing it ever since. That's why I'm standing here right now in Center Mall at 8 a.m. on a Wednesday morning asking you, if you're in the Philippines, to intentionally go out and help somebody today. It could be the difference between life and death. It could be the difference between them making it one more day and giving up. I'm not preaching. I'm not trying to be some type of moral God or something like that. I'm just telling you my boots on the ground experience, guys. People over here need our help, because if I don't know anything else, I know this one thing for sure. When we help other people, we help ourselves. Take care, stay safe, stay COVID free. I'll see you next time.